All right, good morning, participants. Let us begin. Am I audible? How many of us are in session? Please raise hands. Yes, all those who are in session, quickly raise your hands. And switch on the video so that I can take your attendance. Please switch on the video as well. All right, wonderful. Keep the videos on. Anupati, Nitish can switch off. Sudhanshu, Pragati, and Kamlesh can also switch off. Pragati, you were not there yesterday? Pragati?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm absent at yesterday.
Okay, you were absent yesterday. All right. Anupati and Kamlesh can lower their hands. What about Priyanka? I did not see Priyanka. Priyanka, are we in session? Okay. Not getting any response. All right. So once again, good morning and welcome to today's session. Today we are on day 2 of our grooming program, and hopefully you all would have learned what was discussed yesterday. You all would have remembered. All those people who are present in session today were also there for the yesterday's session. So would want you to start with giving me a quick recap, a summary of the things that we covered in session yesterday. What were the topics discussed yesterday and what were the points covered? So that is the agenda here. Let's start with a quick recap, right? So please raise hands and tell me what you remember from yesterday's session. Anyone? Raise hands and we will have that conversation. A recap of day 1. Okay, Kamlesh, go ahead, switch on your video.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Kamlesh.
Yes, ma'am.
What were the things that you...
Yes, ma'am. BFSI
Hmm.
and basis of banking.
Hmm.
And we will learn about general insurance and life insurance.
Okay, we had a quick
Yes,
overview
ma'am.
over that. Okay, what is
Assets and
BFSI?
liabilities.
What is
Ma'am,
BFSI?
banking, financial insurance services.
Banking, financial services, and insurance. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
जी ma'am.
And what else did you say? Assets and liabilities. Give me an example of some asset products of the bank.
एसेट्स मैम जैसे होम लोन,
Hmm?
कार लोन और
Hmm?
लोन अगेंस्ट सिक्योरिटीज, लोन अगेंस्ट गोल्ड,
So these are examples of what?
एसेट्स।
Assets. So give me examples of liability products of the bank.
मैम फिक्स डिपॉजिट, करंट अकाउंट, सेविंग अकाउंट
Okay, good,
आर
wonderful.
द
Thank you.
एग्जांपल ऑफ लाइबिलिटीज।
Thank you. Thank you, Kamlesh. Yes,
यस
Anubhuti,
मैम।
I need you also to contribute towards the recap. Kamlesh ने बताया हमें कुछ. What were the other things that were covered in yesterday's session? Please switch on your video and speak. Kamlesh, you may lower your hand. Yes, Anubhuti.
And tomorrow we'll talk with RBI, mutual funds, and PBRM and PFDRA.
Okay. What is PFDRA?
PFDRA is ensuring the pension workers and develop pension funds, all about pensions.
Okay.
And
Who are the regulators that we covered yesterday?
yes, no, I can't recall.
You can't recall who the regulators were. Okay. What is the full form of PFRDA?
Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, what else do you remember? What else do you recall?
About
What is the basic function of a bank?
transactions of money.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yes, let's speak to Nitish. Yes, Nitish. Thank you, Anubhuti. You may switch off the video. Nitish, please contribute to the recap from yesterday's session. Hmm. Come again. Huh.
General insurance and life insurance, ma'am.
Okay.
General insurance is given to the things, ma'am.
Given for?
Things, ma'am, like bike insurance, car insurance.
Okay.
Life insurance given to the persons, ma'am.
Okay.
That's it.
Something else?
No, ma'am.
So from the entire couple of hours that you spent in the session, this is one line that you remember. General insurance and life insurance. Tell me something about the regulators. Who are the various regulators that we spoke about yesterday?
R- RBI, ma'am.
Hmm.
Bank of India.
Hmm.
Insurance, insurance regulator, ma'am. And
Who's the insurance regulator?
uh, insurance authority.
Huh?
Insurance authority of
Insurance authority.
yes, ma'am.
Any other regulator?
Yes, ma'am.
No?
Yes, ma'am. Another one, ma'am. Pension fund regulator, ma'am. P- PFDA, ma'am.
PFDA.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Mm.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
No? Nothing?
That's good.
Okay. A minute.
SEBI regulator, ma'am.
SEBI. Okay. So finally you have managed to talk about SEBI. What is the full form of SEBI?
Securities and Exchange Board of India.
Okay. What does they regulate? What do they regulate?
They regulate shares, equity shares, and like share market deal with SEBI, ma'am.
Okay.
Mutual funds.
Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Let me speak to. Is Priyanka there? Priyanka? Priyanka, can you respond? Okay. Sudhanshu, what is it that you remember?
BFSI sector,
Hmm.
payment gateways, mutual
Hmm.
fund, term deposit, demand deposit, circle of trust,
Hmm.
regulatory bodies,
Hmm.
product and services of the bank.
Okay. So quite a things that we covered yesterday. All right. Thank you, friends. Okay. So while others have been able to talk about bits and pieces, I would want to reiterate. Thank you, Sudhanshu. You may switch off the video. It is important for us to come across as more confident, right? All of you all sat through quite a number of hours yesterday in session, but when we are asked to explain what is it that we learned in yesterday's session, I am not getting the comfort that you will be able to speak up. Now that is something that needs to change. अगर ऐसे ही आप बात करेंगे with the Axis Bank panel, selection मुश्किल है. I can't have hesitancy. I need candidates who have the subject matter knowledge. हम डीप में कोई सवाल नहीं पूछ रहे, कुछ भी आपको टेक्निकल नहीं पूछ रहे हैं, जनरल क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं, but then even then I find that answers are very very small and brief. How many hours we spent in discussions yesterday, right? A good 4-5 hours of discussions, and all that I get in a summary from all the candidates is less than 5 minutes of talk, right? That shows the quality of retention, and I would need you to work on it. All right. Tell me what is the latest. I had told everyone to brush up on current affairs, and I had given the apps that you can refer to for current accounts. I had talked about the newspapers that you need to read up. Hopefully, you will have caught up on some news. So each one contribute one piece of news that you have heard in the last 24 hours. Something. Chaliye, let's have that. I hope you are reading up on current affairs. चलिए, latest क्या चल रहा है? Sudhanshu has something to say. Go ahead, Sudhanshu. Switch on the camera and speak to us.
Ma'am, Yes Bank sold its bad loans of 48,000 crore to JC Flowers and
Okay.
own a share of 17%.
Okay.
And ma'am, Union Bank launched its credit card UPI payment.
Okay. All right.
And ma'am,
Anything else?
NPAs are lower than 4% this year.
Okay. Is that across banks, or are you talking about some bank in specific?
Ma'am, all the banks. Ma'am.
All the banks NPAs are lower. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great. Anubhuti. Yes. Go ahead, Anubhuti. Sudhanshu, switch off, please. Yeah.
RBI asked large USP to set up board approved policy, and central bank digital currency is approved,
Hmm.
and settlement of trade policy.
Hmm.
That's it.
All right. So one thing that we need to remember is whenever we are sharing news, जैसे कोई सवाल आ गया, आपको करंट अफेयर्स के बारे में पूछा गया, तो हेडलाइंस तो हम बता देंगे, but will you be in a position to elaborate what that headline is all about? वो भी important है. right? So it's not only for the sake of talking about news or knowing current affairs that we are asking these questions. We also need to be aware of the content, right? तो जो भी आप न्यूज शेयर कर रहे हो उसके बारे में थोड़ी डिटेल्स जानना और मीन्स पता होना जरूरी है. All right, so that is something that I would want you to say. I like that at least efforts are being made. Sudhanshu shared news, Anubhuti shared news, and I'm happy that you all are all talking relevant financial news, banking news, which is appreciated, right? Because that is the profile that we are getting into. So I would want to be updated on that front. All right, thank you, Anubhuti. या कंटिन्यू रीडिंग एंड जैसे मैंने कहा अगर आप कोई न्यूज शेयर करते हो द इंटरव्यूअर माइट आस्क यू टू एक्सप्लेन अ लिटिल बिट इन डिटेल so be prepared for that as well that I might want some extra information and not just the headlines बोलना बहुत easy है explain करने के लिए मुझे वो I need to understand what the news is all about, what is the content of the news. So don't just stick to headlines, right? Okay, let's move to the other candidates. Yes, Abhishek has joined us. Morning, Abhishek.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Abhishek. Abhishek, we are catching up on current affairs. So please switch on the video and tell me what is the latest on current affairs that you have heard, seen, read, whatever. Yes?
Ma'am,
Abhishek.
now I am traveling, so after 5 minutes,
Yeah, you will need 5 minutes to catch up on the news also, Abhishek. I know that. All right. So Abhishek not having any news to contribute. Let's move on to the other participants. Pragati. Pragati, switch on the video. All right. Pragati, you're on mute. You're on mute. Unmute.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Morning, Pragati. Yesterday you were not there. So I've been telling participants to be updated on current affairs, on financial news, on banking news, on news about Axis Bank specifically, right? Keep yourself updated for the purpose of interview preparation. So do you have anything that you have heard in the recent times as latest news?
No, ma'am, I am not prepared for this, but tomorrow I can tell news about current affairs.
Okay, so
financial
currently
affairs.
you are not reading up or catching up on news, is it? ये हमें चेंज करना पड़ेगा हैबिट. We need to catch up on news on a daily basis. थोड़ा सा टाइम रोज निकालो and catch up on financial news. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Background बताइए अपना.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. I am Pragati Gajanan Bharsakde. I am from Akola, Maharashtra. My graduation in BSc Agriculture from Nagpur, Akola University. My father is a teacher and my mother is a housewife. Yes, ma'am.
All right, you are a fresher.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. From science background, okay? Right, Pragati?
Yes, ma'am. Agriculture science background.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Pragati. Yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
all right. Yeah. Again, Nitish, what is the latest update on news? Nitish Das. Yeah, did not read. No idea what's happening in the world around us. Okay. Yes. Anybody else who would want to add something? No. Again, very poor. Like I said, if we are not in a position to know what's happening around us, it's going to be difficult because as a relationship manager, I need to be aware of what's happening around in the economy, in the banking space. I need to convince customers to listen to my suggestions, accept my recommendations, and there would be a lot of details that your customer will ask you, right? Why should I listen to you? Why should I take this product? Right? What do you think? What is the reason why you are recommending an X product when there are others in the market? Right? So all those things, you can have those quality discussions. Remember, every discussion with your customer need not be a business discussion, right? You are also a relationship manager, which means I value the relationship with the customer and I would want to have a long-term connect with the customer, which means I also connect with the customer on topics which are non-business related also, right? So today, if I am having a customer, I speak to him about a lot of topics, general as well as business related. So how will you have those general topic discussions if you don't know what's happening around you? Maybe there are some common interests that you have, right? Maybe it is sports, right? So some customers like to talk about sports, some customers like to talk about current affairs. And if they want to have those conversations, you will not be in a position to say anything or contribute anything because you're absolutely clueless. And that is the change that we want to see. We want you to appear intelligent in front of your customer. We want you to look professional, right? They would be in a position to listen to you. अगर आप उनको लगेगा कि आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं है, they will not listen to your business talks also, right? So these are small things which we can do to improve our personality, improve our knowledge. All right. Now with that, again, tomorrow I will be looking forward to better contribution from each one of you all. All of you all still very shy. I think about 2 or 3 candidates who voluntarily came up and spoke. Others are still silent. ये प्रोफाइल में आपका साइलेंट रहना सूट नहीं करेगा. It will not help you. If you are of the personality which is reserved, if you have problems speaking to people, how are you going to convince someone? How will you accept a sales profile? I hope you all understand. अगर आपको थोड़ा भी लगता है कि this profile is going to be difficult, please step out. आपको कोई force nahi kar raha to attend the interview. It is in your interest, right? Because Axis Bank is very clear what are the kind of candidates they want, right? And that is something that you need to understand, right? Very clearly that what is the type of candidate and what is the role all about. So let me give you a clarity on that aspect as well, right? So today the discussions will be purely on Axis Bank and the profile that you're going to handle. So let's see what is the agenda for today. So today we are going to have an introduction to Axis Bank. We are going to understand the role of a priority banking relationship manager, and we will be talking about certain basic interview etiquettes, right? So those are the 3 primary topics that we will be covering today. Let's start with introduction to Axis Bank. All right. Now let's hear it from the candidates. Axis Bank के बारे में कुछ पता है? पता है तो क्या पता है is the question. Please raise hands. Let me try and have an understanding. Sudhanshu has raised his hand. Pragati has raised her hand. Go ahead, Pragati. Let me give the opportunity to Pragati. Go ahead. Mute pe ho again. Unmute. Unmute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Axis Bank is the third largest private sector bank. MD and CEO of Axis Bank is Amitabh Chaudhary, and chairperson is Rakesh Makhija.
Okay. So today I have Pragati who has come for an interview, and when asked this question, she gives me 3 statements. Who is the chairman, who is the MD, and the third largest private sector bank आपने बता दिया है. All right, let's hear it from Kamlesh. Thank you, Pragati.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Switch off the video, Pragati, once we are done. Yeah. Go ahead, Kamlesh.
Yes, ma'am. Axis Bank is an Indian multinational financial services company. Its headquarters in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and its registered office in Ahmedabad. It has been founded in 1993 and as a UTI, and it changed its name in April 2007 as an Axis Bank. Its chairman is Rakesh Makhija and its CEO is Amitabh Chaudhary, and first CEO of Axis Bank is Rekha Sharma, and it has presence in 7 countries, and it has 45,001 branches and 1259 ATMs. That's all
Okay.
about Axis Bank.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kamlesh. Very nice
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
hear a little bit of information about Axis Bank in detail, right? So the
Yes, ma'am.
interviewer also is looking for that kind of information. एक दो line में नहीं, थोड़ा हम बात कर पाए. All right, great.
Yes,
Let's look what others have to
okay.
say. Yes, let us speak to Abhishek. Go ahead, Abhishek.
Axis Bank is the third largest banking sector in India.
Abhishek, I
Take
don't
part
see you.
Ma'am, now I'm traveling.
So Abhishek, you can contribute when you're in a position to participate in session. If you are traveling, so then आप travel करके जहाँ पहुँच जाइए तब आप बात कीजिए. Because here I don't know whether the candidate is reading it out or you have information. I need to see the candidate. So if there is a challenge there, let's try and meet that. So आप participate कीजिए in that way, right? Yes. Anybody else about Axis Bank? Okay, Kamlesh and Abhishek can lower your hands. Sudhanshu has something to add. Go ahead, Sudhanshu.
So, ma'am, Axis Bank is the fastest growing bank. It is
Hmm.
one of the largest and leading growing bank.
Hmm.
Axis Bank was the first to start in early 90s.
Hmm.
Axis Bank has headquarters in Mumbai and registered office in Ahmedabad.
Hmm.
The tagline of Axis Bank is "बढ़ती का नाम जिंदगी."
Hmm. Okay.
Axis Bank has more than 4,000 branches and 10,000 plus ATMs. Uh, that-
Okay. All right. So yes, most of you have some information about Axis Bank, and that is good. That is appreciated. Again, very few candidates having that information because out of this limited team size of 6 or 7 odd participants, I've just got what 3 responses so far. So I would want you to catch up on reading. Please understand, Axis Bank की जब interviews होंगी, सभी candidates इतना बहुत तो पढ़ के ही आएंगे. कब फॉर्म हुआ था, कितने ब्रांचेस हैं, एमडी सीईओ कौन है, right? So these are information that will be available with every candidate. Again, the question comes is, why should I pick you? If your answer is going to be the same as the other person's answer, which means 2 or 3 lines about Axis Bank, there is nothing special about your response. And that is something that we need to change. And that's why we say, if you spend some time on the Axis Bank website, you will get a lot more information so that when asked such a question, you will be able to respond more in detail. And that is what will make your answer different than someone else's answer, right? So today, when I'm speaking with the interviewer, I am getting only 10 minutes, like everyone else. But it is the answers that I give that is going to decide whether I'm selected or whether I'm going to be rejected. So every opportunity you get, try and include information which is new, which maybe the others have not been able to search or talk about. Your answers should be different. Your answers should be unique. They have to be correct also, right? So don't say anything for the heck of saying, but you also need to have very valid, correct data in front of you while you're speaking to customers, while you're speaking to the interviewer panel, right? So let's have a quick, brief glimpse about the history of Axis Bank and so on. So this is what Axis Bank is all about, an introduction. As on 31st March 22, please check the website for the latest updated figures. The slide that I have is on as on 31st March. So today, when I talk about 31st March figures, the number of branches were about 4,758. These were domestic branches. 10,990 were the strength of the ATMs that Axis Bank had. cash recycler machines for 5,972. Balance sheet of the bank was 11,75,178 crores, right? So that is the status position. Like I said, if you can update it to the latest numbers as on today, well and good. Otherwise, when you quote these numbers, quote that is this data as on 31st of March. Axis Bank, third largest private sector bank, a very well-established bank founded in 1994, offering a wide spectrum of financial products and services to customer segments, which include retail, small and medium enterprises, and corporate businesses. So today, when I talk about Axis Bank and we talk about vintage, a long-standing bank in the market, a leading bank in the banking sector, and caters to a diverse set of clientele as well, right? So not only the retail customers, but also the small and medium enterprises, the large corporates, everybody in the spectrum, Axis Bank is handling as customers, right? Over the years, we have steadily grown the scale and scope of business, offering a comprehensive suite of financial products and services. We leverage technology and a deep understanding of India's financial markets make banking for our customers faster, simpler, and more secure. In simple words, Axis Bank has been here for some time. Axis Bank has been here as a market leader for some time, right? We cater to all diverse set of customers. And how do we keep them happy? We use the assistance and we leverage technology, right? So our attention, we focus on our customers and we give them what they need, and we use technology to help us deliver what the customers need. So today, when I leverage technology, I am making things faster, convenient, simpler, and secure, not only for my external customers, but also for my internal customers like staff and employees working for Axis Bank. So that is a synopsis. Now let's try and understand the retail banking piece. All of you all will join Priority Vertical, the Priority Banking channel, and that is a part of retail banking. Today, when we say branch banking, retail banking is growing year on year, right? Each year, the number of customers that get added onto retail banking is phenomenal, right? Today, when I talk about priority banking channel, it is catering to the HNI segment of customers. High net worth customers is what you're going to be catering. And we need people, more and more relationship managers, because my customers are growing year on year. I need staff to manage. So that is what they are saying. Amongst all the segments in the bank, all the different verticals, the retail banking is growing phenomenally. Retail banking continues to be the bedrock of the bank's financial performance, right? It is the core. That is where the maximum business of the bank comes in. Strong execution, robust distribution, and digital proliferation has helped the bank gain strong market share and improve customer experience. Each day we are learning, each day we are innovating, we are plugging the gaps, improving the performance, right? So there are strong processes at play. In a bank like Axis Bank, which is such a big it's a bank that is spread across the country, with a very strong presence, I need to make sure that my processes are strong, are robust. I need people who will be able to work on those lines, right? I need strong, efficient people who come on board, people who will make sure that they achieve what they have been asked to achieve, right? So that is important. So I have strong execution, robust distribution, the spread, the reach of the bank, very wide, right? You have seen the numbers, right? Very, very clearly, we have a very strong presence. Nobody in India will say that, I don't know Axis Bank or I don't know what is this bank all about. No, that visibility is there. The brand has done that work for you, that tomorrow when you're going to a client and saying, I come from Axis Bank, कोई आपको पूछेगा नहीं कहाँ से आए हो, कौन सा बैंक, नाम सुना ही नहीं, ऐसा रिस्पॉन्स आपको मिलेगा नहीं, right? And that is in your favor because you have the support and backing of the bank, the brand, so to say. The bank has over the years developed long-term relationships with its customers by being their preferred financial solutions provider across their needs. Customer centricity and innovation remain the core pillars through which the the bank has been fulfilling the financial needs and aspirations of its customers and society at large. Today, if Axis Bank is growing year on year and retail banking is contributing so many customers and we are constantly requiring new people as staff in the team, why do you think this is happening? Why do you think the bank is making so much good business? It is because of focus on customers. Today, any and everything at Axis Bank starts and ends with customer. I need to know my customer well. And I am not interested in just a one-time business. I am interested in a long-time association with the customer, right? So today, if I open an account, I am valuing that relationship, right? However big or small it may be, that relationship is important, that customer is important. I want to hear what the customer's opinion is. I want to change if he is upset or not satisfied. I want to change whatever is it that we did wrong. What was that caused a concern for the customer? What is it that keeps him happy, right? So customer is very clearly telling us. आपने देखा है when you call up any call center, including the Axis Bank call center, after whatever is your transaction, what do they ask you at the end? Example, anyone who has a bank account has called up the call center for any request, what do they ask you? Yes, go ahead. No idea? At the end of the conversations, what is it that any call center executive generally speaks to you about? No one? Let's check with Altaf. Altaf, your thoughts?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. What generally happens when you finish a
Ma'am,
conversation?
basically, if we resolve any queries or any complaint of the customer, in the end, we ask them if there is any need, if there is any help they need, or if there is anything else we would like to help them.
So they always end the conversation asking कि कुछ और कर सकते हैं आपके लिए? Is there any
Yes.
help or assistance required? That is one. Secondly, they also tell you, if you don't mind, sir, 2 minutes में can you give me a feedback? Can you rate? Right? So I will put you on to the IVR. Just click on 1, 2, 3, 4 and just rate the performance or rate the quality of the call. So they always take a feedback as on that as well, right? You know, how do you perceive the conversation was? All right, thank you, Altaf. So this is one way of checking customer feedback. So I have been speaking to Altaf. Altaf was a customer. He called up for a lot of issues I have solved. At the end, I still want to find out. So I asked Altaf, Altaf, is there anything else that I want to help you, that I can help you with? Altaf says, no, my issues are solved. Thank you. So what do? I tell Altaf, please take a moment and give your feedback. Right? So then you have in the call center, normally they ask you press 1 for 5 or 4 or 3, वैसे एक रेटिंग होता है. अगर आपने कभी अपना बैंक अकाउंट इंटरनेट बैंकिंग मोबाइल बैंकिंग में एक्सेस किया है, every time you finish your transaction and you are exiting the internet banking platform or the mobile banking platform, again एक pop-up आता है. How were you able to get whatever is it that you want? Can you give us a feedback? And again, a small link where they are expecting you to put in your comments, right? Can you spare 2 minutes for your feedback? So that is one thing. You go to an ATM, you do a transaction. Again, ATM bhi aapko prompt karta hai. Anything else? Do you want any kind of assistance? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? So आप ब्रांच में जाओगे, ब्रांच में भी once the executive has spoken to you, they will always, before you leave, they'll always ask, is there anything else? Right? That is the customer centricity that we are talking about at every point, whether it's a physical connect with the customer or for that matter, a digital connect over a telephone, over an ATM, internet banking. Constantly, we are getting feedbacks from the customer. There are times when customers are upset, right? मेरा काम नहीं हुआ. So what do? I send an email to my RM that this is the work that I was expecting. It did not happen. Maybe I raise it to the seniors, right? मैंने bosses को email लिख दिया कि आपके staff ने मेरे साथ ऐसे बात की. Yeah, this is the problem that I faced in your branch, so on and so forth. And these complaints are looked into very, very seriously at the bank. The customer's voice is important. What the customer has to say helps us understand where we are going wrong, what process or what is the change that we need to do. Because unless the customer is happy, he will not stay with the bank. And this becomes extremely critical and important for the bank. I need customers with a lot of efforts. See, customers ऐसे ही नहीं आते हैं. बहुत मेहनत करके, with a lot of efforts, I open an account of a customer. Right? One bad service from an RM is enough for the customer to move away the entire relationship. And it becomes all the more critical for all of you all क्योंकि आप ordinary customers को नहीं handle करने वाले. You are going to be handling premium customers. So today, when I have a customer who's maintaining 10,000, you are handling a customer who's maintaining 10 lakhs, for example. Here on one side, a bad conversation with an RM or a faulty service from an executive. Here I end up losing 10,000. On the other side, if that customer closes the account, I end up losing 10 lakhs. That's why I need you to understand how important it is to make sure that your customers are happy. Your customers are happy not only with you, but also with the bank. So customer centricity is very, very important. And customer centricity is required for any organization to grow. Yesterday, we did the comparison and we had the discussions about nationalized banks and private sector banks, right? Nobody expected private sector banks to succeed. Nationalized banks were there for ages before the introduction of private sector banks. Nationalized banks had a smaller pricing as compared to private sector banks. Here, the average balances that were supposed to be maintained were high. Nobody expected them to succeed, but look at the turnaround. Today, that is what matters. Customer voice is important. Customer centricity is important. If you don't treat your customers well, your business will move somewhere else. And if you don't have business, you don't get to survive in the competitive world, right? So customer centricity. Now, not only while I'm focusing on customers, I also need to make sure that I give them solutions and offerings that are unique. अगर दूसरी banks वो offer कर रही हैं जो मेरे पास नहीं है, obviously this is one reason why customers will say, sorry Vidya, I know you're a good bank, but that bank is giving me extra. So मुझे वहां जाना है. Right? So it is a constant challenge for the bank to make sure that I come up with innovative solutions and I am the best that is there. That's the only reason why we have survived for so long, right? The advancements, the technological support, the innovations, the focus on customers, all that helps us, keeps us grounded, keeps us connected with our customers, and also helps us give them what they need. The retail banking strategy has been to deepen the relationships for existing internal customers, led by big data analytics for growth. Bank has created a strong and contemporary digital backend to support its operations, further adopting design thinking approach, process automation, and partnership-driven innovation. All right. So today, Axis Bank, like I said, such a big bank, such a large private sector bank with operations all across the country and even internationally as well. I can't survive without good technological support, right? Now, technological support not only to do my day-to-day business, जैसे cash transactions मुझे करने हैं या funds transfer transactions करने, it's not only for that. I also need the technological support to help me understand my customer. For example, I have Pragati as my customer. She has a savings account. She has been using this account for the last 5 months. Technology helps me understand Pragati as a customer. It helps me understand how does she spend her money? What is the money that comes into her account? Where does she spend? What are her likes? Right? So if she is holding the account with me for 5 months, 5 months of account statements will give me, okay, पैसे आते हैं, roughly let's say 50,000 gets credited as a salary every month. Out of that 50,000, maybe she has a loan. So loan में 20,000 चला जाता है. Maybe she spends 5,000 on groceries. Maybe there is an investment that she has in mutual funds. So there is an investment there, right? So today, unless I look into those customer transactions, when I'm speaking to Pragati, I know, okay, Pragati invests in mutual funds. So when I start the conversation, I'll say, hi, Pragati, do you know there's a new mutual fund in the market? And I wanted to introduce this mutual fund for you. Expect it to give very good returns. Right now, how or why did I select mutual funds? There are so many products. I could have taken credit cards, I could have taken home loan, but systems, technology giving me that insight that this is a customer who invests in mutual funds. So maybe I can have a conversation on mutual funds, right? Today I see her using her card, right? ATM withdrawals are happening, online shopping is happening. So maybe I can start a conversation. Pragati, do you know I have a credit card as well? Credit card will give you more offers. Cashback jada hai aapko. Charges, whatever are your spends, you will get more rewards and offers, right? That is the conversation which I am having, looking at the interest of the customer. So this data analytics is going to be an important role, important part in the life of an RM, right? Because you are getting to know your customers deeply. You need to spend time on your customers. You need to understand how you leverage that data. So today, let's say if, for example, Pragati has been holding the account for 1 year, system will tell you Pragati has a offer for personal loan. 5 lakh ka personal loan ka offer hai. So maybe when I call the customer, I ask, sir, do you require any kind of loan? Do you need any kind of financial assistance? Because I have a pre-approved offer for you. 5 lakhs of pre-approved offer. No documentation. Instantly, the amount will get credited to your account. So that is the conversation that I'm happening, because system is telling me this is a good customer, keeps good balances, and this is the amount that she's eligible for. Maybe I talk to her about there is a home loan offer. And when I speak to the customer says, yes, I want to take a loan. Tell me what is the best price or what is the rate of interest that you will charge. And then the conversation starts. So this is how I'm using technology in different forms, not only to help and assist the customer, I am also using technology to process things faster, right? So today, if customer says that I want to open an account, I can use the physical mode of account opening. Yeah, I can do the online account opening, right? How many of y'all are aware of video KYC, online account opening? Anybody?
No, ma'am.
Nahin? Okay. So, yeah. So, Danshu, go ahead. Yeah, unmute and speak.
Ma'am, in online KYC, we need not to visit the bank. All the KYC can be held online using video recording. We have to upload the documents like Aadhaar card and the PAN card.
Yeah.
All these things are virtual, ma'am.
Correct.
It saves our time.
Yeah. Saves time, energy, cost, everything. Right? So
Yes.
earlier, thank you, Sudhanshu. Today, if I had to earlier open an account, मुझे बैंक जाना पड़ता था during business hours. I had to wait for the executive to be free. I had to carry the documents. Form भरते मेरे से. Then they will check. They will say ठीक है 4 दिन में account खुलेगा. फिर शाम को फोन आता, मैडम 2 जगह सिग्नेचर रह गई है, एक डॉक्यूमेंट वापस और चाहिए. सो अगेन नेक्स्ट डे मे बी आई हैव टू विजिट द बैंक अगेन, कंप्लीट द पेंडिंग फॉर्मेलिटीज. फॉर्म जाता, फिर वहां से शायद 2 दिन बाद व्हेन आई कॉल अप द आरएम और द एग्जीक्यूटिव, दे से नहीं नहीं अभी भी टाइम लगेगा और 2 दिन लगेंगे, राइट? सो द एंटायर प्रोसेस यूज्ड टू बी अ लिटिल cumbersome, used to take some time. But today I have the option. You want to do the account opening, you need not even visit Axis Bank. You can sit at home and open the account yourself. You want to do it in the morning, do it. If you want to do it late in night, that is also okay, as per your convenience. आपको Monday नहीं करना है, आप Sunday account खोल लो, right? So there is no compulsion, like how we do our transactions. अपने funds transfer, NEFT, RTGS are no longer time bound. आपको जब मन चाहे आप अपना ट्रांजैक्शन कीजिए, आप अपना अकाउंट ओपन कीजिए. And how quickly does the account get set up? Same day account number आ गया, 4 दिन में आपको welcome kit आ गई, right? That is how we are talking about quick services, fast service. The dependency is low. I don't have to depend on people to do things for me. I can do it myself. Today मेरी checkbook खत्म हो रही है. Do I need to visit the branch? Do I need to sign a counterfoil and give it to the executive so that he puts it in the system and then the dispatch comes? No. I can sit in my office, call up the call center and says, I need a checkbook. or I can log into my mobile banking and put a request for a checkbook and the checkbook would come my way. Right? So that's how technology is helping even your day-to-day transactions very, very simple. Today, every month, I have to pay fees for my daughter's school, right? I set up a standing instruction in my account, right? Month on month जो भी मेरी बेटी की fees है वो automatically debit हो जाती है. It can be a bill payment that I need to do, or maybe some other funds transfer that I need to do. I need to pay rent to my landlord, right? So those transactions happen very smoothly. Why does this happen? It happens because I have the technological support. So today you must also appreciate that a bank like Axis Bank is constantly giving you better and higher technological support so that it makes life easy not only for the customers but also for the people involved. Right? Today, if you didn't have the technological support, how will you keep track of what the customers want? What are the customers using? What are the offers that are available for the customers? Right? Very difficult to manually remember. All right. Trends at Axis Bank. What is the latest that are happening at Axis Bank? Banking and financial services industry is undergoing a massive change with increased focus on better customer services and digital services. The customers today are better aware and always on the go. They prefer online and mobile transactions over the traditional way of customer dealing. Changed consumer expectation is encouraging the BFSI sector to improve the consumer banking experience and provide digital services. Digital India is aimed at making the economy digital, and the BFSI sector is also gearing towards this reform. Integrated banking solutions is one of the biggest trends to watch out for in the coming years. Today, one good thing that came out of the pandemic is everybody started using digital, right? So over the years, there has been a lot of focus on accepting and going digital, and that is what we see even in the banking space. पहले आप सोचो बैंक में चले जाते थे, लंबी क्यूज दिखती थी in front of each counter, right? Today those queues are practically invisible. Why? Because everybody is comfortable doing the transaction. Today if you give a customer a choice कि आप ऑनलाइन करना चाहते हो या बैंक जाना चाहते हो, most of them would say I would prefer it online. कौन बैंक में जाएगा, कौन इतना टाइम वेस्ट करेगा, right? So those are the concerns. Today when I have a faster way, you look at yourself, right? Till a long time before private sector banks, how did you used to do your cash withdrawals? आप बैंक में जाते थे, कैश काउंटर के सामने लाइन पे लगते थे, and you used to withdraw cash. When debit cards were introduced, people were very, very reluctant. They were very scared. Something new, pata nahi. Why should I use? What happens if I lose my card? So many concerns. People were not ready to accept. But today, given a choice, would you go to the bank and withdraw cash, or would you prefer withdrawing cash over an ATM? Anyone? Very simple question. A branch transaction or an ATM transaction, which is more preferred?
ATM transaction.
ATM transaction, yeah, very, very clear. So, अगर मेरे पास faster, quicker solution है, I will never go back to the old way, right? So today I can transfer money from one, maybe from me to Kamlesh. If I need to transfer funds, I can write a check, but it means मुझे check देने के लिए कमलेश से मिलना है. Kamlesh also has to go to the bank to deposit, and then it gets credited. What will Kamlesh suggest? Kamlesh, you need to receive money from someone. What will your suggestion be?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to receive funds from somewhere. What will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
your suggestion?
Through online transaction, ma'am.
ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन. सो कमलेश विल से कि ये मेरा बैंक अकाउंट नंबर है, ये मेरे डिटेल्स है, अकाउंट में क्रेडिट कर दो, राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
सो
Yeah.
एब्सोल्युटली दैट इज व्हाट वी आर सेइंग. सो टुडे आप whatever is your age group, right, we would want customers to accept technology, and over the years that has slowly gained acceptance, right? So today when I say कि आप मेरे से चेक ले लो, कस्टमर्स बोलते नहीं भाई मुझे चेक नहीं चाहिए, आप मेरे अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर करो, right? Today when I say ki come to the cash counter and I will give you cash, they say no, I don't want. Let's get that withdrawal from an ATM. You know, when there are faster alternatives, quicker alternatives, people prefer that. That is what we are talking about digital. It wouldn't have been possible without the help of technology. And that's what we are seeing in the banking and financial services space as well. till a long time हमें बैंक अकाउंट के इंटरनेट बैंकिंग प्लेटफॉर्म से ही पेमेंट्स करने थे. अभी तो यूपीआई आ गया है, गूगल पे आ गया है, फोन पे आ गया है. एनी एंड एवरी ट्रांजैक्शन can be of, you have other options as well to do your transactions, and that is the change. Each day something new is coming up which is helping our or making our life very, very easy, and that is what we are trying to do. But at the same time, a responsible bank like Axis will also ensure that whatever platform my customers are using is very safe and secure. Nobody has to face any hassle, or nobody gets safety concerns when we are using the digital technology. So the government as well as the bank encouraging customers to start adopting to technology because it is better and it is the future, right? All right. Let's look at the vision of Axis Bank, right? What is the goal of Axis Bank? What is the vision? What does Axis Bank want to achieve? Axis Bank wants to be the preferred financial solutions provider excelling in customer delivery through insight, empowered employees, and smart use of technology. Yeah. So what do we want to be? We want to be the preferred financial solutions provider. What do you mean by preferred? I as a customer choose to bank with Axis. मेरे पास 4 अकाउंट्स हैं, मेरे पास 2 अकाउंट्स हैं, लेकिन मुझे एक्सिस बैंक के अकाउंट्स से ट्रांजैक्शन करना पसंद है. That is the preferred financial solutions advisor. Today, if I have a request for a credit card, there are others in the market, but I prefer taking an Axis Bank credit card. Today, if I want to book a fixed deposit, there are other deposits, other banks as well, but I prefer going to Axis Bank for booking a fixed deposit. If I want to invest in stocks, I will use the Axis Bank trading platform to invest in stocks. So that is my preference. We want customers to choose us over the others. Now, why would customers choose us over the others? There are so many credit cards, there are so many banks offering deposit rates. Unless I am good, unless I am making it worthwhile for my customers, customers will not come to me, right? Just because I want customers to come to me, they won't come to me. They will come to me if they realize that, yes, this is a better bank, this offers better rates, this offers better products, right? People are good, people are proactive, they are helpful, staff is nice, environment is nice. These are the things that help me decide that Axis Bank should be my bank, right? So we provide excellence in customer delivery. Every time a customer walks into Axis Bank, he can expect efficient customer service, right? He can get his job done correctly, smoothly, without any kind of inconvenience, without any kind of hassles, right? That is what we take pride in. अब कोई भी बैंक में जाइए, हमारे कोई भी स्टाफ से मिलिए, you will get good service, right? So, how do we provide good service? Through insight. Yeah, we talked about the statement. I talked about how I can look into a statement and find out what the customer's likes are, what the customer's dislikes are, what can I pitch, what should I pitch, right? That is insight. I take some time to understand the customer and then I have that conversation, which makes it more effective, right? Empowered employees. What are empowered employees? Employees who can decide, employees who can take action, right? So today, if I request my relationship manager that, mujhe home loan chahiye, and others are getting it. For example, I'm a premium customer, right? Premium customers always get an advantage in terms of rates. So today, if all the other customers are getting home loans at, let's say, 7%, because I'm a premium customer, I can always request an RM, give me a discounted price, give me a premium, get me a pricing preferential DJ. So I get a home loan at discount, maybe at 6.7 or 6.8. So that is the advantage I get as a premium customer. But these are decisions which people need to take, right? And that is the decisions that are available in your hand. Today I come to you कि सुधांशु मेरे अकाउंट में चार्जेस लगे, मुझे रिवर्स करके दो, right? So Sudhanshu doesn't have to take 4 people's approval or okay for reversing the charges. He can say, yes, I will be able to reverse it, I will confirm to you day and today जब आपके account में charges में reverse कर दूंगा. That is empowered employees. People who can take decisions. The staff working for Axis Bank is empowered at different levels, right? Depending upon your profile, depending upon the role, I am also able to take decisions on behalf of my customers for my customers, right? So today, if a customer asks me for something, within reason, within limit, within as per the norms, as per the rules that have been laid down, I also have powers which can help and assist the customer. And I use technology. So the smart use of technology is always there in all the things that I do. Be it speaking to the customers, handling his problems, responding to the queries or objections that the customer has, selling products or services. Everywhere I use technology. There are certain core values that we believe in. Everybody working at Axis Bank should follow these core values. What are we expecting all employees to follow? Customer centricity. Understand that customer is important. Don't treat customers lightly, right? Don't treat customers badly. Customer centricity is something that is expected from each one in Axis Bank. Everybody should understand that we are here in the bank only because of customers. So take care of customers. So that is customer centricity. Understand their needs, understand their problems, help them out, right? Willingly, proactively, with a smile, right? So that is something that we talk about. Ethics. What are ethics? Ethics are principles, right? So today when I talk about business, मुझे क्रेडिट कार्ड का टारगेट है, मुझे अकाउंट का टारगेट है, ठीक है, टारगेट्स हैं, but does that mean that I will lie to my customer, that I will misguide the customer, I will hide things from the customer? No, right? So whatever the bank is offering, whatever the product or services, I tell everything very clearly. At no point in time will I cheat the customer. How many times we have heard of news in the papers where bank employees have behaved badly with customers or not given the correct picture, and customers are shocked कि नहीं, मुझे तो ये बताया ही नहीं गया था, मेरे से तो सिर्फ साइन ले लिया था, I didn't know, right? Sometimes customer से साइन ले लिया, customer is not even aware, and suddenly a credit card comes and customer says मैंने ये कब apply किया था, right? So those are things which are against your ethics, against the principles. Today, I want everyone to do business, but I want business to be sourced in the right manner, right? If things are done as per things in the right way, it is good for everyone. We don't want you to get business by lying to the customer, cheating the customer in the fraudulent manner. No, that is not what ethics is all about. So whatever we do it with a lot of honesty. Very, very clear. The customer knows what he or she gets or what he is getting into. So that is transparency, right? Everything is crystal clear. Sometimes we have heard, कि अगर आपको loan चाहिए तो मुझे आपको, some commission, some bribe. It happens, so you might have heard of these things. That is not something that is liked or appreciated, and definite no in Axis Bank, right? So these are things which create problems, right? These are things which we don't at all tolerate in Axis Bank. So there has to be transparency. Today, whatever is it, right? So today I am selling an account and I say कि sir आपको मैं ये account खोल के दे रही हूँ, आपको 1000 रुपए per quarter maintain करना है. That 1000 rupees has to be a fact. It can't be that you are saying something else and the product is something else. So that transparency has to be there. Today I make you sign the forms and later on you realize कि नहीं charges हैं, right? For example, मैंने आपसे credit card के form भरा लिए, credit card आ गया and साथ में debit भी हो गया मेरे 500 रुपए as annual charges. Why wasn't it told to me that annual charges लगेंगे? या मैंने home loan का request किया एंड प्रोसेसिंग फीस के बारे में आपने बताया ही नहीं कि 5000 रुपए हम प्रोसेसिंग फीस का चार्ज करते हैं, राइट? पूरी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होने के बाद, पेपर सबमिट करने के बाद आप बोलते हो कि नहीं, 5000 rupees will be deducted from your home loan value as processing fees, right? So these are things which upset the customer. Customer says जो भी आपको बताना है, say it upfront. पहले ही बता दीजिए so that I can take a decision. Because then what happens, the customer says, if you had told me this, I wouldn't have gone in for your product. I want to cancel my account. I want to cancel my credit card because your employee lied to me. Your employee cheated me, right? And this is something that we do not want at Axis Bank. So ethics, transparency, teamwork. Teamwork is important. Why? Because all of us work in branches. All of us will be working with a lot of other colleagues in the bank. And we need people who are friendly and who can gel with others, right? Some employees or some individuals are not very open or have difficulty interacting with people, right? They come across as reserved, they don't come across as friendly. Now, that is going to be a challenge. Why? Customers, when they walk into the branch and when they see you, they would want you to look approachable, right? अगर मैं एकदम गुस्से में बैठी हूँ, ग्रम्पी शक्ल लेके एकदम अपसेट होके बैठी हूँ, which customer will like to speak to me, right? Similarly, if I am of that personality, how do you think my colleagues will treat me, right? They would not like to interact with me. We don't want such an environment. We need a happy space in Axis Bank, be it for our customers, even for our internal people. So that's why we need friendly individuals, people who work well with others. So today, if I need work to be done, I can easily approach someone, sorry, and say, Vidya, please help me out, right? And I'll have that colleague who is willing to help me out. So that exchange, that teamwork, very important. So today, when my branch head says that everybody has to open an account, आज हमारे branch का target है. So I want everybody to contribute. Why? Because we are a part of the team, right? So everybody takes it as a moral responsibility to do what is required in the interest of the team. And only then it becomes a happy space. Imagine once we get into a job, we are spending 8 to 10 hours daily in that office or in that space. And those 10 hours, if you are not surrounded with people who are helpful, people who are friendly, how difficult or stifling the environment could be. That's why teamwork is very important. And we need individuals who can work well in teams. Ownership. Why ownership? Ownership, because whatever work gets assigned to you, you need to take responsibility of the same, right? Today my branch head comes and says कि आज account का target है, everybody needs to do an account. I need to take that responsibility. I need to own it. Yes sir, हो जाएगा. I will try my best, right? And I go out and do that, put in those efforts. Otherwise that ownership will never be there. If I start saying कि नहीं मेरा problem थोड़ी ना है, it is that person's problem, why should I take ownership? Then there is a problem. I can't have such kind of employees in the organization who don't take ownership. Today my customer is calling me up, right? Customer had asked me for something I have not been able to give. Customer ने yesterday call किया, I did not pick up the call. Customer wrote an email, I did not respond. Customer now is in front of me at the branch, right? Completely harassed, परेशान है कि Vidya, why are you not responding? Why are you not finding a solution for my problem? Now, this again is an example of when an RM or any staff at Axis Bank is not taking ownership. If there is a concern that is being highlighted, be it a customer, be it a colleague, be it a supervisor, you need to take responsibility. You need to find out. Had I just called the customer and said, sir, आपका mail मिला है, let me see what I can do. कितनी शांति मिलती वो customer को, he would have been happy that at least, okay, Vidya will see what she can do. What is the best suggestion or solution she can offer? Maybe I call the customer the next day and say, sir, this is what I can find out. I've spoken to my seniors. This is what we can offer you. Is that okay? Right? That is a better way rather than avoiding issues, avoiding the work that has been given to you. So ownership is also important. So these are the core values and the vision of Axis Bank. Let me take a pause and check. Any questions up till here? All of you all. Any questions? Any doubts? Yes, no?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, does it make sense?
Clear है, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. So this is what we are saying. These are important things for employees at Axis Bank to know and follow and practice. So मुझे पता है ठीक है, but am I implementing it? Am I practicing it? Right? This will become very, very important. And these are the kind of candidates that Axis Bank panelists are also looking for. Who can work well in a team, who can take responsibility, who is very open and transparent, who has some core moral values, ethics, right? Who is focused on the customer, right? These will be things which will be very important. If you have seen the ads of Axis Bank, it says, they'll say open, right? So when I say they'll say open, it's not just a tagline. We believe in that principle that we are actually welcoming the customers. We actually care for the customers. We actually understand their problems, right? So that is what open here means. It is more than a sign that hangs outside our door. It is a sign of what to expect when you walk in through that door. So it's not just saying they'll say open, but we actually welcome customers. We welcome customers to come to us, share what your concerns are, share what your problems are, so that we can give you some kind of value added solutions. We can offer you some kind of comfort. Your dreams become our dreams. Your hopes become our hopes, right? Our minds are open. We are willing to understand your problems. We are willing to hear you out. For your plans, we promise to be open. We understand what your plans are, your long-term goals, your financial goals. We will help you achieve them in every possible window of opportunity. However best we can find solutions for you, we will actually find solutions for you, right? We welcome you with all your hearts. You will always find us, they'll say open, right? That is the ethos that we would want to highlight here, right? All right, let me take a pause. Any questions? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. All right. So what we'll do is let's take a pause here. Let's go in for a break and come back in some time, and then we can resume the session. ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.